My name is Raj Semi.
My name is Pinky Gilani, and we've been married since 2007. I can't do the math. 12 years.
Yeah, 12 years.
Yeah, we got married in January
13th. Yeah, so 12 years now.
So we met in the year 1998.
Yeah.
Gosh. And how did we meet? So apparently, this is the story. Raj had liked me for 5 years before that. So Raj had noticed me. I didn't notice him since 1993. Am I right?
True. Pinky's brother and I were friends. And obviously, that was in 1997 that our friendship began with Nick, the brother. And we met after that, and then...
So let me do his version. He came home one day to meet my brother, and apparently I opened the front door and my hair was like blown away. It was like a Bollywood film. And that's when he was completely now besotted, right?
True.
See?
Yeah.
At that time, I was not seeing anyone, and he and I just, started dating. But he was away, he was in university,
Yeah.
and I was here, I was working. So he went back to Newcastle, where he studied, and I followed him about 2 months later. Because I just found myself very depressed. I couldn't live without him. Yeah, it was really weird. It was never happened to me. And I was just like, okay, I can't live without this man. I can't live without this man. What do I do? So I went and I looked for a job in the media there, because I was already in the media here. And yeah, that's how we, continued our relationship. So this is 2 months into our relationship. I was depressed without him. I couldn't live. Trust me, even that's I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I feeling like this? And at that time, of course, in the late 90s, there were mobile phones, but not here. He had a mobile phone in the UK. And email was just something that was developing, so we couldn't stay in touch as much as we wanted to.
But we stayed for a year,
Together.
And then she came back, and then we had a 1-year relationship, long distance, and then obviously emails,
phone calls.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, and that's when I started working at Capital FM, so I would do the graveyard shift, so that means 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. And I'd get home 5 a.m., call him on a landline. It would be his 3 a.m. and we'd just talk and talk and talk and talk. Yeah.
And then I came back in the year 2000, and then...
Yeah, you graduated.
Yeah, I graduated in 2000, and then we dated we were still dating until...
And my career was really growing, so he had the opportunity of going back to the UK, but he didn't. He stayed with me, which was really nice. So, he actually sacrificed maybe his further education for me, because my career was actually just taking off then. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's it.
And then ups and downs.
Yeah, we've had ups and downs when we're dating.
But I'm always right.
No, I just, what's the right word to use? I just listen. Okay? Yeah? And I say, yes, I understand, but always, I don't agree to some things, but it's again, understanding that we've had from the day we started dating. So, yeah. So we've had our ups and downs.
We've had major fights.
Yeah.
We've had
I think in every relationship there's, so it was 11 years of dating.
Was it?
I think of...
Yeah, 98 to 2007, please, like I said to you, I don't know maths.
So we
and in between we broke up, we made up, like we said, there's been ups and downs, and he was always in the background as my career was doing the upward trajectory of being in the limelight, of being, recognized and everything. He was always there. So he saw me sort of
grow.
Yeah.
I think the whole process of Pinky. Yeah.
And that's, that support is something that I can never forget. It's been a very good foundation for me. So this is why I guess we are so close because of that.
Yeah, I think it was the initial dating period that, or the years that we had. I think we went through that process
Yeah.
of
Ugly, good, bad, ugly.
understanding, I think, of both what I want and what she wants.
He says the right things, you see.
Yeah.
So we had agreed to get married a few times, right?
Yeah, earlier.
And
Then,
then
yeah.
my brother got divorced, and I told him, like, no, I will never get married because this is what happens in marriages. And I went off to India to further my career. And 3 weeks,
Yeah, 3
or
weeks.
6 weeks later,
No, 3 weeks, I think.
I called him and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. Clearly, I can't live without you. So he's like, so what do you want?
And yeah.
And then he always tells people that I proposed to
She
him.
did.
No.
I mean, you see, she's saying it twice that she couldn't live without me.
Yeah, but I can't live without you.
No.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so there was, I don't know, was there a proposal? There was no proposal.
No, I think it was just.
I think because, you know, with Indian families, you agree. So both families were in agreement that we're getting married. And I came back, I think, in November. And by January, we were married.
That's in 2007.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how we got married. But by this time, we were what? Well into our dating. So we knew each other very well. The families knew each other. It was not new. So for me, I really wanted just a very humble experience. I didn't want, you know, because of my career being so in the public, I wanted this to be very intimate. I wanted to be very personal in regards to getting married. So it was really, really about myself and Raj getting married. And that's what we made it about, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Aside from the fact that we had 1,500 people at our reception.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that was just our reception. Everything else was very intimate,
very small, yeah.
very small, and it was just exactly what we wanted.
True.
Yeah.
Because that's what we had planned. I think the wedding bit and the other programs leading to the reception, we had said the reception would keep it bigger, call everyone. But leading to everything was kept. Everything
was just very, very family oriented, and Raj's dad was a very traditional man. So, you know, he really wanted me to get married in a Sikh temple. And we got married in Makindu, which was as per his request, which was something that, you know, it was very nice for me also to be able to do that. I got married in my mother-in-law's traditional outfit that she wore at her wedding, which again, you know, it was a request by her, and I was only honored to do that. So again, just very personal in regards to all the things that we did, and very intentional, because it's sacred. Marriage is very sacred. And yeah, getting married in somewhere like Makindu, which is a very holy space, especially for the Sikh community, it was an honor to be able to do that.
And a nice experience, because now we had to plan
traveling there.
Traveling there, because most of all of them are here, the temples, which are just close by, but we decided to
go out,
and it was a good experience because we can still talk about it today.
Yeah, and we had a lot of drama there as well, like just between ourselves.
So yeah, I mean,
yeah.
So the wedding finished, whatever, and obviously the car we were coming back with.
Yeah, so he was overspeeding,
very fast.
He was like at 170.
Yeah. So
from Makindu to Machakos, I think in half an hour.
Yeah, like literally, he was that. So what?
And I was like, I'm not dying on my wedding day.
Yeah. So I told the driver, slow down, and if you don't drive, stop the car. We'll get out. So he stopped the car. We came out of the car, and he drove away.
And we're in Machakos, and I'm decked in gold, from my head to, and he's like, get everything off, get everything. I'm like, oh my god, and you can just imagine the scene. Sorry.
Yeah. So do you know the turning of Machakos, where the petrol station is? That's where you came off. So that was about 5 o'clock?
5 p.m.
Yeah, so I told the driver, stop. So luckily, because I knew everyone's coming and
behind us.
But you see, that's something that we can talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at that time there was.
And luckily, nothing happened.
Yeah. But it doesn't. Something that we can talk about today.
Yeah, it was an interesting experience.
Yeah, but yeah. So we got married in Hindu, came back, and then the following day we had our reception.
Where, I mean, everyone we knew came, and it was so nice again to celebrate with everyone we knew. Paul Taragat was there, Joki Dungu was there, you know, so we had some really, what's the word?
Yeah.
We had some prominent people
we-
there,
but,
which was nice.
Even close friends.
Close friends,
Yeah, and like I told you early on, like
family.
we had called only a few people because we knew traveling would be an issue, and then at the we only did small at home even, but the reception. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I moved in to a joint family, which was new for me, and that was also something that you take on, which is something very different as an Indian daughter-in-law. And I remember one thing I used to say, because this house was full of people, and I came from living with just two people, my brother and my mum, who were hardly at home. And I remember, having a conversation with my mom-in-law all the time saying, this house has so much noise in it. And it still does, which is such a good thing. When you have movement and people coming in and out. But it was an adjustment. You have to keep adjusting and understanding how different people live. Yeah, and from there, then our first year into marriage, we were pregnant.
Yeah, first year.
Yeah.
So we were in
India,
then on our way back to Dubai.
So I thought I had got food poisoning in India. So we went to Dubai, and I'm like, I can smell everything. What's wrong with me? So he kept saying to me, he's like, you're pregnant. I'm like, I'm not pregnant. I'm sick. I'm sick. Pregnancy is not meant to be sick. And we cut our trip short because I wanted to eat bananas from Kenya. And that's all I wanted to eat. So he was convinced. I was not convinced. And of course, at that time, I just wanted my mom. I'm like, I'm so sick. I want my mom. So we got back, and on our way back from the airport, we bought a pregnancy test. And when we came home, I went upstairs, peed on a stick. And I'm like, Raj, and he's like, I know. When I saw the positive result. But of course, 10 weeks into that pregnancy, we lost our baby. And then began the journey of trying to get pregnant. So, there were a lot of complications and difficulties, miscarriages. And then, after how long? In 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Got pregnant with my daughter. Had her in September 2010.
Yeah,
27. And our lives changed. I remember when we had the baby shower at home. What I'd done, because we had guests, I'd locked all the bathrooms, like lock, and I couldn't find the keys. And I really needed to pee. And it just came out. So he's like, what happened? I'm like, my water broke. He's like, do not lie to me. That is. So I was like, okay. I mean, it happens, right? So we've seen each other in different stages. And then, yeah, when the baby came, of course, Raj was a big part of her life. Changing diapers, giving her a bath. But as mother hen, I was like, no, stay away. I can do this myself. And yeah, then after she turned a year old, I found out I was pregnant again. But Raj's dad was now not keeping too well. So he was away in India for treatment. And I remember just one of the prayers was like, please, let him be okay. Or whatever the case, whatever it was, let him be okay. And I think after 9 weeks of me finding out I was pregnant, I lost that pregnancy. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a, give and take sort of scenario. Maybe, my baby is saying, okay, for his dad's sake, let everything be well. But unfortunately, we lost his dad in 2012, July 2012, a year after. He was, 2 years after.
After, yeah.
Yeah.
No, about a year.
Yeah.
2011, yeah.
Oh yeah, but he was going through Yeah, it was a year after, sorry.
So then, yeah, so...
And then just going through that.
Yeah. And then you fell pregnant.
So, you know, we didn't expect, like, he was like, let's not be greedy. We have one, that's good enough. You know, we're okay with that. And we really weren't trying for another baby. And my daughter, she was 3 at the time, she'd come to me every morning. God told me you have a baby in your stomach. God told me you have a baby in your stomach. For 1 week, she said this. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just go for a blood test, because I'm not going to pee on a stick. Let me just go direct for a blood test. And an hour after, I remember my mom-in-law, my mom, Raj, was sitting in this dining room here. And I came here and I made a call to the lab. And they're like, yeah, it's 470 something. And I was like, but what does that mean? They said, it means you're a week pregnant. And he says that he saw me dancing, like jumping over here. I don't remember that. I don't remember doing that.
You run, yeah, because I was sitting over there.
Yeah, he was watching me and I was like, yeah, pregnant again. But it was a very tough pregnancy. I was sick all throughout. And in January 2015, our little son, or Mr. Semi as we call him, was born. He's also got my father-in-law's name in his name as an honor to Raj's dad. Yeah. But yeah, so parenting, loss of babies, loss of parents. In November 2015, my mom had a major stroke, which changed my life completely. But Raj was very supportive, allowing me to be with my mother, trying to help her recover. So looking after the children, and me completely being absent for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we see each other. She would be coming, yeah. But spending most of the time
with my mom.
With mom, yeah.
And never ever making me feel guilty because of that. You know, not like, oh, you don't spend time with your children, or oh, you've forgotten me. Because he understood, and he understood my relationship with my mother because he was in my life for so long. And he knew that what I was going through. So he allowed it. And here we are in 2019 with, oh yeah, our dogs. We're also parents to many dogs. Yeah.
Pinky's growth, you know, the whole thing, I've seen it. And at that time, again, like the way she said, there were no mobile phones, whatever. So, I mean, today is quite different. Yeah, 10 years ago when she was getting into media, whatever, it was totally different at that time. Yeah, and it would be she goes to the gigs, or she had to go for the events that she needed to go for. For me, and even up to date, I think for me it's taking her there and not being in front of
the camera.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been used to that. And even early on, I would tell her, look, I'll drop you whatever time you need to be picked. And that's the understanding we had. And if I'm there, I don't. And even up to now, not many people. Okay, some people. So some of my friends don't like. I play quite a bit of sports. So I've been playing for 2 years, and none of them know that she's my wife. So the other day when they saw me, she's like, "Who's this?" She was asked, "How do you know Rajan?" Like, "That's my husband." They're like, "He's never told us," because I don't go around saying
Pinky Gilani is my wife.
Yeah, but it's because I think, like, again, we've grown again. Yeah.
I think also because Raj he's super humble, super shy. Never wanted to sort of.
Shy is the right word, because I just don't be in.
Like even at events that I'd go for, you know, he would sit in the car and wait for me. Be like, I'll be 2 hours. Fine, I'll wait. That's what he used to do. Now, at least he'll walk into the venue with me, but he will still sit somewhere where he doesn't want to be disturbed by anyone. He doesn't want to, or he doesn't want to get in the way of whatever I'm doing. It's like, you do you. When you're done, come back. Which is so nice, and I think that's also what's helped me stay grounded. Oh, he does ground me a lot. Yeah, you do. Not in a way that sit at home, but he grounds me in the sense it's like, okay, you know, yeah, you may be Pinky Gilani to everyone else, but you are mother and wife here, and which is a good thing.
Yeah, I think the understanding that we've had.
Yeah.
She knows, or I know that what she does and needs to do, and then just let her do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marriage is hard.
Oh.
I mean, we wanted to punch each other, I'm sure, many times. Marriage is hard.
But I think it's a journey.
Yeah, but also if you understand that it's worth working towards, you know, like if the person you're with is worth it, you will work through whatever challenges you go through. And yeah, I mean, it's not like it's all been like, yay, fairy tales and bubbles.
True.
It's not been easy. We do still fight. Even still, we still fight.
Even now we did.
Did we?
No, so yesterday she told me that they're coming for interviews. So I didn't know it was cameras. I thought it was print, man. So I was like, I think you didn't tell me there were cameras coming.
Like, why are you shy? What's the problem?
I think she told me, then I would be more like, you know, yeah, but
hesitant.
Yeah, but that's again, we do have ups and downs even now. But I think every relationship does, and that's the part of the journey, the growth, the whole thing. I mean,
and also even learning how to parent. You know, he has a different way, I have a different way, but we have to be on the same page when it comes to the message that we want to give our children, so that we're on the same team, and we're directing them in the same way. And that takes a lot of communication between him and I. You know, what do we want for them in terms of education? What do we want for them in terms of principles, values, traditions, even, you know, where do we see them going and how do we help them get there? Because now it's not just about me and him. We are a team, a tribe, and yeah.
And I think they teach us, like, everything, like every day is something new.
They also humble us very much.
So
it's nice, yeah. I keep saying to him, let's have 2 more.
No, I told her, you can have them yourself now.
Can you imagine if I come by, Raj, I'm having 2 more babies, he'd be like, from whom?
No, you take care of them, you pay their school fees, you do everything. No, just I think we're with Ariane and Aryan, 2, I think at this time we are happy. Yeah, bringing them up in today's society is not as easy that it was a couple of years ago. But then, yeah, like I said, the challenges that we have with them even obviously, but like 2 enough for me. I think Pinky, you tell Pinky 2 more, she's even ready today.
I think I just get broody. That's it. That's all. Also, you know, he has good genes.
Yeah, that's why you want to.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, we can't waste this, you know. Advice to newly married couples. Don't get married just for the sake of getting married. Don't get pressured into getting married. I would always say live your 20s without getting married, at least till 27, because there's a lot that happens in your 20s, especially as a woman, where you find yourself. You know, so you're not like, oh, I wish I had done this, and I wish I had done that, and I wish I had traveled more or danced more, or, you know, just because when you find yourself, you're able to give yourself to a partner. But that's, yeah.
Yeah. No, for me, I think is in a relationship, I think you have to be able to forgive. Yeah. But apologize. Yeah. No, it is. It's like if you don't, I mean, forgive, you're not going to grow in any way. If you don't apologize, you won't understand where you're going wrong, or like, you know. Yeah, the whole thing. And then there's one thing that Pinky, I mean, for the past couple of months has been always saying that you have to love yourself. Yeah? Before you start loving. Oh.
He's been listening to me.
You have to love yourself. Yeah, until you don't love yourself, I don't think you can
love another.
Yeah, and that even means your wife or your kids or family.
Yeah.
Yeah, until you don't have that self-love, for me, I think that's what I've been trying to do since she's told me, and it's true. Until I don't love myself, yeah, that whole process of understanding myself, and you know, a relationship will not work the way I want, because obviously whatever I want, she won't understand. It's just the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah? And so if someone wants to get married, they have to, like again, the way Pinky said, be ready, know what they want, love themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And don't just do it.
Yeah, do it, yeah.
Because now we live in an Instagram world, and you want to do the dress, you want to do the perfect wedding for the pictures, but marriage is hard.
I think I'm happy that we got married
Before,
because now
the filters.
I can imagine
the pressure.
the pressure. Whoever is deciding to get married.
What's our hashtag? What's our hashtag, Raj? What's our hashtag?
Or what are we? No, okay, wearing that was okay then, but now it's become.
It's
good. It's not. I mean, it's nice because obviously people are, with time they're changing.
Yeah.
But the pressure that I can imagine that they go through.
Yeah.
Is unbelievable. Like at 10 or 15 years ago, getting a venue was one. Yeah, there was not much of a choice. Today, there are thousands. Yeah, you have choices and choices.
You have,
and obviously, for you to, because I told Pinky that if we decide, or whatever you decide is good with me. But now I know if it will be now at this time, deciding would be very hard, because I would want it my way.
We would be doing it for the gram.
Yeah. But yeah.
Not to say that everyone's doing it that way, but there is a lot more pressure.
Pressure, yeah. That's right, because that's what happens, I think.
Yeah. So bottom line, find yourself, love yourself, therefore you can love another.
Yeah.
Forgive yourself, forgive another.
Yeah.
Apologize.
No, I like initially I told you, I listen to her, but I don't agree to it. No, but it's a game. We need to understand, and then.
Yeah. I mean, people are always different. You come from different upbringings, different spaces of thinking, so you will have differences. It's not that you won't, but it's how you understand one another, how you're able to sort of see it from a different perspective, if it is important enough. And if not, shrug your shoulders, walk away. Don't stay in a relationship where you're miserable or doing it just because.
We learn every day. They come up. Yeah? Pinky has a different way of. It's not different. We have the same way, but I think I take it a bit easy.
Yeah, Raj is easygoing. I'm a bit more of a strict parent. So good cop, bad cop, which is a balance, which is okay. But I think when it comes to parenting, you have to be very aware of how you're parenting, conscious parenting.
I think right now, technology, we have more information. I think a couple of years ago we didn't have as much. So now I think we have so much that we can read through and understand, and then obviously.
And also,
bring it,
we are bringing up children into a world where we don't know what the future is.
Yeah.
So we have to also be able to, just adjust with the times. But I feel that one thing that we need to do as parents is not compare our children to other children. And that's what, also don't let them hear you. Even if you're doing it, don't let them hear you, because that's where they start now becoming competitive, or they start comparing themselves to another, whoever it is. That's why I'm saying conscious or intentional parenting, where you are watching what you are saying in front of your children.
They listen to us. I mean, it's amazing that something that you said 5 days ago, they remember now. And sometimes I do say things.
Like the F word?
No. No, I know I was going to say other things, like something that me and Pinky are talking about, which is very serious. And after 5 days, she's like, "Why did you talk to this?"
About that?
Yeah, about this and that to Mom. And I was like, I didn't realize that they're listening. And the funny thing is that they were like maybe watching TV, but they're listening. So at this time, I think now kids are faster. They understand much more.
A lot more quicker.
So I think it's.
Yeah, just be there. They always say be your children's friends, But no, I think your children will have enough friends. They're not going to have anyone as parents but you, so be your children's parents. But be really aware of yourself. Again, it comes to loving yourself, respecting yourself, being aware of who you are, so you are able to support your child as well, because they are becoming their own person. They're not mini versions of you. Right?
Right.
Right?
Marriage is good. I mean, it's I mean, you have it grows you into a different person. Yeah. For me, it's growth. I mean, I don't see myself.
And growth is not always easy.
Yeah.
In fact, it's never easy.
Yeah.
Even when you're growing your muscles, it's not easy, right? When you're growing your brain, it's not easy.
Yeah.
So it's growing. It is growing.
Yeah.